What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast. Presented by
My damn six.
Episode 289, kid.
289? 289.
Hey, we're getting up there, knocking on that 300. We'll be there sooner than you realize it. 300. We're going to say we are Spartan. Is that what we're going to say?
I've never seen that movie, but I mean, I know that line. Not really into the gladiator thing. I'm not really into that.
Yeah. Everybody knows that particular, like certain movies, parts of, you never saw them. Like a movie I watched this past weekend, which I'll get to as far as what I did. Like, had a pretty chill weekend, but still got a lot in. Like, well, we just go there now. Since I was like, yeah, I'll tell you about my weekend.
Yes.
Me and Babe, I decorated a Christmas tree for the first time in my life. Which for those that don't know, we didn't grow up celebrating Christmas.
No, we did not.
Grew up in the Nation of Islam family, and this is like 70s and 80s. Like, so
yeah,
they didn't do that then. It's like the nation now might be more relaxed, but like back then, it's like, nah, we don't do that here. It's like Wakanda.
We don't do that here.
Like, separated from all the like traditional holidays and all of that stuff. So yeah, only thing I remember doing was Thanksgiving. We go by our grandparents' house, but
yeah, by our grandparents'
celebrate house. No holidays. It's the only holiday I remember celebrating as a kid was that one.
No
now,
way.
And I was a grandparent
for Christmas, like.
Yeah,
none of that type of stuff. Like, nope, we don't participate in that. Nope.
I didn't even know how to do this. She had to show me how to do this. Because she was getting her Christmas tree out to set up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I'll assist you. Yeah, like, I said, I've never done this shit, but I'll assist. I was honest with her. It's like, I've never done it, but yeah, I'm open to assist. So she told me what to do. Yeah, just decorate it how you want. Like, it's not brain surgery. And like, she was trying to say, don't put them too close together and all of that. People probably listening and be crazy. Like, yeah, we knew that. I was like 5 when I knew that. Duh. But yeah,
we never did. So
it's just showing me how to do it. Yeah, so it was cool. I think I did all right for a first timer. First time.
How'd that go?
Yeah, first time touching a Christmas tree. I think it went okay. And then after that, we had the Christmas music playing because our Christmas music, the hood shit is like, yeah, like This Christmas, Donny Hathaway and Sleigh Ride, Alexander O'Neal and James Brown, Santa Claus goes straight to the middle. The whole lot of Jackson 5. Played a lot of Jackson 5. Yeah, what's the name? Santa Claus is coming to town. Give love on Christmas Day. I saw Mommy kissing Santa.
Ho ho ho, who will know? Ho ho ho, who will know? Up to the top, click.
I don't think we played that. Of course, Let It Snow. We played. Yeah, boys.
Yeah, love Let It Snow.
What else did But yeah, all the the hood classics we played. All the Temptations, Silent Night.
What's it in my mind?
Merry Christmas from the Temptations. I was watching the Temptations too. By the way, I watched the Temptations later that night too. I didn't get to the famous scene. Everybody
to see you, Otis.
Before we got to that scene, yeah, never got to that scene. The line everybody knows. Everybody waits where people tell you like cue it up to this part. What you waiting on? Everybody tell you like cue it up to 1 hour and 48. People tell you when to cue it. Everybody came for that part. It's like,
Eddie.
When David telling him, yeah, I think we should be David Ruffin in the Temptations. That's what the scene is. Otis was like, nah, that ain't happening.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Like, dude, like, yeah, people coming to see me. He's like, nah, they coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That's where the line comes from. Otis is like, nah, they not coming to see. They coming to see the Temptations, and that's what Dave was, man.
And the irony is that Otis is the only original one alive, so people are coming to see Otis.
Yep. All the OG Temptations, he survived all of it. And even some of the replacements like Dennis, he even outlived some of them. It's like, yeah, some of the later Temps he outlived. Like, yeah. The Temptations, to the best of my knowledge, are still touring to this in 20.
They are.
Yeah, they still out there. It's like, of course, it's a whole new group with Otis. It's like Otis and a bunch of other cats. But yeah, some of them cats been in the group probably since the 80s, so they're not that new. It's like, but yeah, they are like all like new Temps. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, after we put the tree up and had the music playing, yeah, babe said, "Hey, let's watch Charlie Brown Christmas." I was like, "Okay, yeah." So you put it on. Christmas time.
Yeah, I gotta watch Charlie Brown.
Yeah, we watched
I'll
it.
probably watch it with the kids this week. I'll probably.
Yeah, we decided to watch. It was dope. Yeah, I was like, okay, that was feel good. And then watched a couple other movies, which I will get into in a minute. I'll hear how your weekend went, and then I'll tell you what we decided to watch. Very intense movie, by the way. But go ahead.
It was pretty good. We went to my holiday union party because they had a union party for my our union holiday party.
We haven't had a holiday party. I think they still haven't started them back up at
right, because of the pandemic. Because I know the pandemic.
Last one we had was 2019. Like 2020, it wasn't one. 21, it wasn't one. I haven't heard shit, so I doubt they haven't one this year.
Yeah, they still probably are trying to fill it out and trying to get maybe like input about like where we really want to have it, how we want to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it was nice. Like it was downtown. It was at a hotel downtown, so it was nice, and we really got down. Like they was like, oh, like they was like, y'all got down. It's like, yeah, we not born with state workers, but we're not born. We know how to, DJ play the line dance as we were out there, hitting the line dance, and, doing that, and yeah, like, okay, y'all got down. It's like, yeah, we know how to. Yeah, we played that. Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I was hitting it. I was, me. I was like, I was hitting that DJ quick. But yeah, it was good to just get out the house and be in a normal, I'll say that, in a normal setting again, because like we always say, these last 2 years have just been awful for everybody, going into 3 years now. But I mean, I saw several people that I haven't seen in years.
2 weeks to slow the curve. Shout out Fauci. That's all I'm saying. 3 years to slow the curve. even though Biden did say the shit was over, so really it was 2 years to slow the curve. But he said 2 weeks originally. Fauci's go ahead.
Yeah, I saw people that I haven't seen in years. Because like, you work for the state, you may transfer, go to different departments, different jobs, whatever, and it was like a reunion, like, seeing some of our old coworkers and everything. So we had a great time, though.
I'm just looking forward to the Crawford party because they give out good shit. Like 1 year we got Bull Skybox tickets.
Yeah, that was nice. You need that again.
I said, yeah, I got a 4-pack. Yeah, so yeah, y'all are going and shit. Like, oh,
they did give out, but we didn't win the raffle. They did give out hotel stays at that hotel because it was at the Hyatt Regency. So they gave out hotel stays.
They gave out Vegas trips before.
Yeah.
My job, Bears tickets. They give out good, and sometimes
they give out good stuff. Yeah,
cold hard cash is like. Might get like a $200 like American Express gift card, so they just give out cash.
Nice. Yeah.
Like, so like cash is always good. It's like I'll take the cash too. I always find something to do with that cash. Like some people just got straight cash, like with the gift cards. Like it was $100, $200, whatever it is. Take straight cash. I'm like, I'll take that too. Yeah, but and I got a fucking jacket. Well, I should have wore the jacket during this. That's what I should have wore. Maybe I'll wear it next week. I don't even wear that jacket, but I still have it for shits and giggles. Yeah. For my own amusement. But what else we did this weekend? I said we watched some movies, including Emancipation. The Will Smith joint, the one where
I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet. Is it like on? What's it on? Is it on Apple TV or?
We watched it on Apple TV. Okay. That's where we watched it. I don't know if she downloaded it and we watched, but we did. Apple is where we watched it at.
Okay, cause I know it's on one of the streaming things, and I try to keep track of what's on what platform, because I have access to like pretty much everything. But
it was basically about I shared a picture. The character in the movie, which I didn't know, was Will Smith was playing this guy.
Him, yeah. Because we know this picture.
Yeah, the slave fish with the back scarred up. Yeah, that's the character he's playing. Because I didn't realize who he was at first. I thought it was just like, another slave movie and all that. And then when they got to that scene when the guy was like, "We want to take your photograph," and turn around, it's like, and I was like, "Oh, that's the guy he's playing." The world famous, His name was Gordon. They called him Peter in the film. They renamed it, but like the slave's name was Gordon. That's the Gordon, just I guess no last name, just Gordon was his name. Yeah.
Yeah, because I always wonder like what the story was behind. I mean, obviously we know that he was beaten. We obviously know that's like the story. But I mean, I want to know more about
like
his
that became that went viral before that was a thing. That picture, like that became like the poster child of like why slavery needs to be abolished.
Why slavery is bad.
Why we got to get rid of slavery, because like that's what back then that's what that represented.
Why is slavery bad?
Because that picture started circulating everywhere. People said, yeah, we got to get rid of this shit.
Or maybe you shouldn't own a human being. That's why slavery you shouldn't own a person.
But that's who the character that Will Smith was playing. And it was, it basically.
What year was that? 1830 something in the picture?
That was 1863. Because right when that Emancipation Proclamation was a thing, which is why they called it Emancipation.
Gotcha.
So but not all states recognized it right away and shit. Is that the emancipation happened like during the Civil War. So
it did.
So Will and like a couple of his homies was like, fuck that, we out. They basically fought their way out and escaped. They were going to escape to where Lincoln and them were at. So okay, we getting the fuck out of here and shit, yeah. And so like, and the slave catchers just kept following them like all throughout. Like every time like they make some progress, they end up separating because they can't kill us all. Like if they catch one of us, so like the three guys end up separating. But yeah. And he does eventually, I won't spoil the movie, but yeah, he does. Well, obviously, yeah, he gets and then it's still in the Civil War and he has to join the army and fight. It's like, yeah, it was really good. That's intense stuff.
Is it a little bit like glory-ish?
It's like glory. It felt probably, yeah, like during the war scenes, especially felt like glory.
Like it was like a little bit glorious, yeah.
Once they got to the scenes, but like the Civil War scenes, like, yeah, this definitely felt like glory.
Glory was really good. Glory was a really good movie. It was very good.
This was an Antoine Fuqua directed this one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like I didn't know it was a true story until they got to the photograph scene. It's like, that we know the photos. Like,
because I was just about to ask you, is this based on true story? I was going to ask you that this based on true events.
Yeah, because it's about the guy, the famous with the back turn, that photo, yeah. So very intense, yeah. So if the Academy is not on some bullshit, Will might get another nomination for this one, yeah. If they're not still mad at with the Chris Rock shit, it's like he might get another one because he bodied that shit. Yeah.
Nice. I might have to watch it, but I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Like I'm gonna put my disclaimer before I watch it.
Just make Apple sure I'm looking right now. Yeah, it is on Apple Plus. Yeah, so I'm just going to
make sure I'm in the right headspace because watching movies like that, it does.
We both said like we can't leave the house after that. I was like,
it angers you. It does.
Somebody white after that shit. It's like we said we was gonna stay in the house the rest of the night.
It does anger you because it's like
I don't want no smoke running this muddy right now.
Here's the thing about why it angers you, because this is not fiction. This is real life. This actually happened.
Gordon, he's a real person. It's like
this is real life. And it happened. And this happened where people like, well, it was so long. It wasn't that long ago.
1863. It's like it's 150 years ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Put it like this.
160 years almost. Not even.
Put it like this. If you had like a grandparent, like, or whatever, they may have been able to tell a story about it, basically.
They'd have been able to tell you, like, when this really happened, like, if you had, like, some kind of older relative, like your grandparent possibly would have remembered, like, somebody who knew this guy. Yeah. It's definitely a possible thing. So don't just talk about it was so long ago, because
it was long ago.
Because America is still young when it comes down to it. It's like 250 years. America is still a very young country. The Earth's been around for like 1 billion years. You know what I'm saying? Like America only been around like 250. It's like, so yeah, anything happening in America is not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. It's like, especially shit like this. It's not all that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Like we said, an older relative could tell you stories about that they sat on their grandparents' knee, and their grandparent, like your grandparent, if they're still alive, maybe it would tell you that they
saw this picture. It was like, I met that guy. Like they might have met him.
I sat on my grandparents' knee, and my grandparents told me these stories.
So yeah, I met that guy. Their grandparents would have told them that they met this guy. Yeah, that this story was based on. Yeah.
So stop saying it was long ago and just show some show some empathy that like, okay, like where people like who look like us watch things like that, it may trigger us to feel a type of way, like watching things like that. Like the movie we watched earlier, like Woman King, like when we watched that, like real things actually happen, like based on true events. Like obviously Hollywood is going to inject their own
life because it makes to tell the story better. It's like,
they're going to inject certain things in or whatever.
Movie still has to be entertaining, and whereas like reality doesn't, like shit just happens in real life. But a movie, you got to entertain an audience for 2.5 hours or however long.
I still want to see a story about Black Wall Street. I still want to see that.
I
want Hollywood to make that.
They did the Till. I still haven't watched it yet. They finally did the Emmett Till. Like I think it's about to start be available on Prime. I think
I think it's about to start streaming on one of the platforms.
Prime is like it's coming soon or something like that.
And then I watched the series that they did on ABC. Like I watched that Woman of the Movement. I watched that when they did the series of Emmett Till. I did watch that. I haven't watched the movie yet.
Yeah, because the movie came out a couple of months ago, and I think it is about to hit the streaming services.
But just be like empathetic that like people who do have ancestors who may or may not have been enslaved, like just be more, empathetic about like our view about stuff like that is a little bit different. So if we're showing some anger or whatever the case may be, then don't just get over it. That's the thing. Don't tell people just to get over things. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But very intense.
Positive recommendations. You said it's one of these.
I give it a thumbs up. Will Smith definitely bodied that shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Obviously, like you get angered, and some people might get sad at certain scenes. Just like it's a lot.
When They See Us on Netflix, when I watched that series about the exonerated 5. When I watched that, I was like, I was just watching it just the whole time, just like that. But
since you want to talk about current events, worldwide events, we'll stay on it.
Yes.
Let's talk about the biggest trade in history.
Yes, that happened.
Forget Rodman getting traded to the Bulls. Forget about KG and Paul Pierce getting traded to the Celtics. Forget about Anthony Davis getting traded to the Lakers. It's like forget about all of that shit. The biggest trade in history. Brittany Griner traded from Russia to America for Victor Boot, also known as the Merchant of Death. This world's arms dealer. He's like a world
arms dealer. Yeah.
There was a movie made about him. Like, dude is like
that Nicolas Cage. I think portrayed him in the movie. That was about him, which I have to watch. I have to watch and see.
Yeah. So and of course that created a firestorm. Like the internet went nuts over this one. Is should I give my opinion or you want to go first?
Give your opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I might as well. I'm on a roll right now, so I might as well keep it going. It's like, it's good. Brittany is home. Yeah, like because I won't say like people she was illegally held because she broke the law there, but it was the sentence was unjust. I will say that. Yeah, for some weed pens, 9 years, whatever the fuck it was, and shit. Yeah. So I was unjust, but I think America definitely lost this trade to give up this fucking guy, this Merchant of Death, while Russia's in the middle of this fucking conflict right now. It's like you give this arms dealer, it's like, and they trying to put nukes together to like while they in this conflict. Like I don't shit. I don't set right with me. It's like to trade this fucking guy and shit.
I feel like I said, once again, I agree with you I feel like, okay, like, yeah, she broke the law in Russia because I guess like their stuff is different, obviously, like everything, like when you do, like we always say, when you do travel to these foreign countries, no laws. Like everything isn't like how it is in America. Like in America, we have a lot of freedom.
America, like a lot of states is legal, so like nothing's gonna happen. But even the states where weed is not legal, like the most is gonna happen is like they confiscate your weed and you'll pay a fine. Slap on the You pay your ticket, yeah, and they'll just take your weed. Like most states, you're not gonna do any jail time for real. Like from having a, I'm not talking about.
That's about you like moving weight.
If you got like the little personal weeds for you to smoke, it's like most of it is gonna take that, and then you got to pay a fine. Like even the state where it's not legal, and that's the most that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like that was excessive, and I felt like because she is a celebrity, because
celebrity status. People talk about white privilege and all of that shit, but celebrity privilege trumps all of that shit.
But I feel like that was the reason why they really threw it at her, because, like I said, she was a celebrity, and it's like we're going to make an example of her.
Not just that, but this was strategically planned. Vladimir Putin is playing chess while Biden's playing checkers on this shit. He's playing chess. Okay, we got her. Like he planned this all along. It's like to get this fucking arms dealer released. That's how I look at it. Yeah, it's like he knew it was okay. We got her. Yeah, you can have her. Give us that motherfucker. Yeah, he's playing chess and shit. That motherfucker.
I feel like I thought that was like unjust, like giving her that for like a vape pen. It's like it's a pen. She wasn't.
That was all part of the plan.
I mean, it was goofy for them to do that, but this arms dealer, like, I don't know enough about his story, so that's why I'm not going to.
I've been reading up on him since this been a big star. I've been like,
I don't know enough about him, but from looking at what I do know, the stuff that the arms dealer that he did, he never did anything in the United States. It wasn't never in our country. He was,
it was international.
It was other countries, and I don't know enough about his story. Like, is he John Wick? Is he, you know what I mean? Is he, you get what I'm saying? Is he that?
Too soon, but I saw a hilarious memes like we just traded John Wick for Joanna Man, but it's hilarious. I'm not going there. That's funny, but go ahead.
But I mean,
I don't know who posted that, but somebody did post that.
I don't know enough about him to say that he's like this boogeyman. I don't know enough about that. I don't know if it's sensationalized him. So like, I'm not going to be like, it's the worst decision that we made. I'm not going to say that.
He did like 20 something years for what he did or something.
But I mean, the thing that I say to people is
whatever he did was like fucked up for him to get like 20 some years.
The thing I say to people is educate yourselves before you just jump on and just start sharing stories, and and like I keep on always saying about our attention span with social media is like, it's like a 5-second attention span. It's like somebody puts this post up and you're just so outraged. You're like, this is like the worst thing ever. And then 30 seconds, then it's like, that didn't happen. It's like you get all boiled up, you get all outraged, you put all your emotion into this, and now it's like, now that Brittany is coming home, is she home yet? She's home yet? Like I said, she's home by now.
And I actually watched the exchange. Like shout out Boyce Watkins posted a video of the actual exchange where you saw Brittany Griner and Victor boot the handoff. Yeah, when they handed him to the Russian officials and then Brittany to the Americans. I watched that video, the actual exchange. Yeah. Okay. I was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty interesting to see. Because then I got to see what this guy really looked like. So I was like, okay, yeah, that was an interesting video. Yeah.
So I mean, like I think like people are onto something else now. Like they move quick. People move quick. So it's like this thing was a big thing, but people
pretty much have forgot about until this. Yeah, like people weren't
really talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that this happened, now she's back in front page news. But like pretty much since the conviction and all of that, people kind of forgot about this story to begin with.
My hope is that I just wonder like where her mental is, because it's like being in a foreign prison for, what was she over there for, like 9 months, right?
Something like that, yeah. Because she went over there to play right after the WNBA season ended. She went over there to play in Russia, and then that's when all of this happened. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just hoping that her mental is okay, because like even spending time in an American prison for 9 months is rough, but being in a foreign prison for 9 months, like mentally, I just wonder where her mental.
And you saw she cut her locks. I don't know if they did that or she did it herself, but I saw it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because I don't know if like maybe that's part of, if you get convicted, they cut your hair. I don't know if or if she just chose because she couldn't maintain it, so she cut it herself so it wouldn't look bad. I don't know. but her locks are gone. She came back. She doesn't have her locks anymore.
Yeah, I just wonder where her mental is. Like, I just hope that she's not, like, I hope that she's not in a bad space. Because I mean, you can only imagine, like, you don't know what she went through. Like, a lot of people are making jokes, like, you don't know what she went through. Like, she could have been tortured over there. Like, I don't know what it's like being in a foreign prison. I don't know. So,
what Russian prison is like, nor do I hope to find out.
Exactly. I'm good on that. Yeah, I'm good on. So, but we'll see what happens with this story. Like I said, I want to learn more about what's his name? Victor,
the merchant of death is.
I'm not gonna call him the merchant of death. I'm gonna call him by his government name.
I said Victor Boot the whole time. Yeah, I just said like he's, so for people that don't know, that's what he's known as in the media.
Yeah, like, I want to learn more about the man Victor Boot and not this merchant of death moniker. I want to know more.
Reading up on him, like, since
what his story is.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. Moral of the story, just like if you're in a foreign country, just like that's the old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Yeah. When in Russia,
you gotta know your laws. You gotta know your rules, know your laws.
And I saw somebody posting like nobody black ever needs to go to Russia again. Like I would have meant that, like I wouldn't go to Russia just at all. Like, especially right now while this bullshit is going on with the Ukraine and all of that. Like why as an American, why would you go over there at all and shit? So, like,
the snake is being high.
Why? What's the point? Yeah, this ain't Rocky IV and shit. Like where he wants to fight Drago and Adrian, I gotta fight this guy. You buried the fighter. Shout out Rocky IV.
Rocky IV.
But and shout out Creed, which he. Creed fights Drago's son, and that's it's like the sequel of Rocky IV, kind of unofficial. Where he fights his son. It's like, I'm a Rocky nerd, yeah. So said Rocky V was terrible. Don't watch that one. But what else you got, kid? I still got some more.
Since we are addressing this, where I was saying about not just jumping in and being outraged and just not doing your research, I'll go here. So we keep social media stuff open. A lot of people were really on the whole R. Kelly album release. The album release. How you get to release an album from prison? He in prison.
Really thought R. Kelly recorded an album from prison, not knowing that album was like 4 or 5 years old, and it had been out, and then they put it out again officially, and then especially the song, like I heard the song that I admitted, I heard that years ago. Like people like, you got a song saying I admitted on there. I was like, yeah, didn't he release a song already said I admitted?
Like I think I was pregnant with Khalil when he did this, maybe. I
remember the song coming out years ago. That's what I was like, yeah.
I want to say I was pregnant, at the time. So yeah.
Y'all really thinking R. Kelly got a studio behind bars and shit? Yeah. Y'all niggas
behind the bars doing that. What?
Y'all
it's like, let's use critical thinking. So
it's like R. Kelly is like, and when it came down, like I gotta call out my homegirl Lady Red on this one, when she played the that they poured but Jerry Lee Lewis's music, like the typical whataboutism stuff, yeah. It's like, which Brett Favre is at the top of that list. Anytime when somebody, black athlete does something, Brett Favre is somehow going to be mentioned to the end of time. Anytime a black athlete fucks up and shit, Brett Favre is going to be.
What about Brett Favre?
But yeah, the latest what about it? She mentioned that, and then most people jump to comments. Like it was R. Kelly's people that had it pulled because it was unauthorized. They said we never agreed to have this shit, but that's why they pulled it down, not because like fuck that nigger and shit. It's not because
it was bad. It wasn't a racial thing, but
R. Kelly's like his camp said like that
was an unauthorized
shit off. Yeah, that's why it was snatched. It was R. Kelly's people that said get that shit out of there.
And now it went away. Now the other people, I said like that's why I said do your research. Right, you jumping in, posting, being outraged. It's unfair. See how they do us as black people.
Elvis posted. You still got Jerry Lee Lewis posted. As I saw a lot of that. So R. Kelly's people requested that it should be pulled down because
what do you guys even know
Sony released it without his permission. It's like they just.
What do you guys even know about Jerry Lee? A lot of people don't even know about Jerry Lee.
Yeah, you don't even know who that is. It's like he's the guy that made Goodness Gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
That's Great Balls of Fire, and he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Yeah, y'all don't know
his
shit.
Cousin was 13, and he married her.
I love I'm a post this. Yeah, like the fun going back to Brett Favre. Yeah, how many people can even name what he actually did? And shit, most people can't. It's like. He stole money. Like, no, he did. He was
$5 million.
He didn't steal the money. Technically, it was like he was bribed and shit to like do these spots for like. He didn't even do the spots like for the.
He stole money.
Y'all don't even know what he really did. What you like saying? Like, what about Brett?
That he never even.
Please do your homework and know what the fuck he did. That's my thing. It's like instead of just saying shit to sound smart and shit when you're not and shit, just know what the fuck.
Shit. It's like that's the problem with social media is that people, rather than research first, you want to be outraged because if somebody tap dance, especially if it's something with racism, if it's this much thing of racism, it's like, oh yeah, they're trying to keep us down. They're trying to do this to the black people.
Guess what? Yeah. Why you talking all this shit about this whack ass album that I didn't even listen to and shit? Yeah, like all the other R. Kelly's other music is up. So what are you talking about? They censoring R. Kelly. I go to type my title right now and type in R. Kelly. I can pull up 12 Play, pull up TP2. I could pull up the Chocolate Factory. All that shit is still
Happy People.
It's like Happy People and the double album. Yeah, You Saved Me. So I was like, what's the other half? Yeah, like the double album. Yeah, like you could pull all that shit up right now.
All there.
So yeah, y'all are outraged over nothing.
He's not canceled.
I can listen to him saying Little Cute Aaliyah's got that vibe from the first album and shit. The public announcement. I can listen to that right now and shit. It's not pulled down and shit. All that shit is still a shout out. Like I gotta give this guy credit. Yeah, Jared King, Rizzy Steverson. Like what a name! It's like he said, like the Hive is geek to listen to that pedal and shit. And that's I'm gonna call him from now on. R. Kelly fan, y'all are officially the Hive.
Hive.
Very like I'm gonna make that shit go viral. I'm gonna say anytime I see somebody posting something about R. Kelly, yeah, y'all Hive is off the chain.
And then I saw somebody post it, and I was like, I have to kind of agree. They was like, it's weird how all these people with daughters are actively defending R. Kelly. I saw a post about that, and I was like, ooh, I did this.
Right, but they're the Hive. Like, yeah, that's what they are to the end of time.
Like you're actively. And my thing is,
R. Kelly apologists, y'all are the Hive.
And this is the point I make. If you want to listen to R. Kelly, no one is saying that you cannot listen to R. Kelly. You can do whatever the hell you want to. You're a grown person.
What? Like I said, I still listen to Kanye. I still watch the Cosby Show. Michael Jackson is still like top 2 or 3 to ever do it to me. Like I put Prince up there. Mm-hmm. So, but Michael is still like a goat. And it's like, yeah, like I listen to all of that. I
still do.
No apologies. I listen to all of that shit.
We still listen to James Brown. He was beaten. We listen to him. No but my thing is, no one is saying that you can't listen to R. Kelly. But my thing is being like victim blaming the girls. You're 14. You're 15,
the difference between like me and you listening to or I'll speak for myself with Kanye. Listen to me listening to Kanye and this Hive is like they try to defend R. Kelly's actions. I don't try to defend Kanye's bullshit. I just like his music. It's like
you separate the artist from the person, basically.
I'll be like, yeah, well, he had a point about when he said Hitler wasn't that bad. You don't hear me say shit.
No, like, you're not going to hear him say
that. Was stupid, but I'm still going to listen to College Dropout. And
I still like College Dropout. I still like Graduation.
More dark, twisted fantasy. I'm still going to listen to that shit. It's like, yeah.
But my thing is doing the whole R. Kelly.
I'm gonna still rock, like, yeah, but yeah, like that was stupid what he said. No, I can admit
that's my thing.
Both can be true and said, yeah.
Yeah, both like saying the thing about the girls, like blaming the girls, like you can't consent to somebody if you're 14, 15.
Even if they were down to DTF, down to fuck, is like you can't be down.
You can't consent when you're 15. And then the other part about that is like when people try to throw their own bullshit in. Well, all of us, I didn't have a 25-year-old boyfriend when I was 15. I just didn't.
One of my favorite D rolls, y'all were messing around with
I didn't do it. And if you did,
y'all got the heat.
And if you did, guess what? Your ass got groomed too. Guess what? You were a victim too. You just didn't realize it. You have to realize that you were a victim also. And then the other part, the last part.
Rizzy Stevenson said it best. The Hive keep to listen to that pedal.
And then the last part about that is that both, because like you said, both can be true. The parents should be held responsible. Absolutely, the parents should, but he should be held responsible too. Like if you're a parent and you know that this guy has a fetish for underage girls, and then you look at your daughter, you're like, hey, I'm gonna send my daughter over there. You pimp your child out.
I always knew like none of this was like
you pimp your child out.
None of this was hidden knowledge. We knew then, like what R. Kelly.
Right. You purposely send your 14, 15-year-old child over there to him because you know what type of person he is.
And you're just trying to get a check. Unfortunately, like people are motivated by money.
There you go.
Pimp your daughter out to come so you can sue him later and get a check out of it. That's all. Yeah, pimp your daughter out to get a check and shit. Yeah.
So yes, they need to absolutely. They
that
need
especially,
absolutely.
The kid over there knowing what was going to happen, and then like you try to hit him with a civil suit later. Like nah, but you did that shit on purpose.
You did that shit on purpose. So your ass needs to be in jail too. Mm-hmm. Notice I said two, not that. Notice I said two because he's where he needs to be, and your ass need to be right next to him. Two, TOO. You need to be in there too. So. Both can be true at the same time, but people really thought that they pulled R. Kelly's album.
Oh yeah, my homegirl, like I said, she posted like about Jerry Lee Lewis and all. I'm like
this old ass album. First of all, like I said, I was like pretty with Khalil on Wednesday when this I Admit came out. I was like,
I remember when I Admitted Junk said I didn't hear the whole album. I did hear that song years ago. That particular,
I did too. Years ago.
Shout out Mike Love was the one I saw originally break this story. Like he posted on the album in Circle 2022 as the fucking copyright. He's basically like he wanted I need explanations. How R. Kelly is releasing music, like, something like that he was talking about. And then I posted R. Kelly. He was like another I won't compare him to Prince, but R. Kelly, like I said, I posted in
albums. He has volumes.
R. Kelly could probably release new music for the next 10 years and not run out. It's like I'm pretty sure.
Volumes.
Yeah, I said you could be like new R. Kelly, like Tupac did that. Remember after he died, like for like 5-6 years, it was new Tupac music coming out.
That's why people said Tupac was still alive.
No, Pac, when he got out of jail, he hit the studio and just went crazy. That's all that was.
Because you think about it, you're locked up and then you get out. So then you like, I got all this stuff on my brain. I'm gonna get it out.
He didn't go to the crib. When he got out, he went straight to the studio.
Out on jail for sure.
And Dre was working on Cali Love for his album. And Pac said, like, let me hop on that. And then Dre ended up not even letting him hop on. He gave him the record. You could add that on your album. Because Dre was working on his own project. And Pac said, I got to jump on that shit. He heard the doom, 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 doom. He's like, I'm getting it. And I think he wrote it out on like a napkin or something, the verse and shit like that. Out on bail for Charlotte Jail, California.
Yeah.
Actually, he literally had come straight from the jailhouse to the studio when he recorded that.
He was excited.
Then stayed in the studio probably for months just recording. So that's why when he died, all these albums came out because Pac had recorded a bunch, like maybe 5-6 years, like new Pac music was still coming out after he died. Yeah.
And that's what happens. So it's like if you are a creative, like I said, R. Kelly is a creative person. He's creative, he had a studio. He had access to a studio regularly.
For the next 10 years and shit.
So he was probably in there just every time a notion comes in your head,
At the studio, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me get this out. Let me get this out. You're just going to record.
Kanye's probably another one. Like, if Kanye is canceled, he probably got enough music to like keep releasing and shit like for years. Yeah. So you got that whole Paul McCartney album that never came out. He released the one joint with about the North is like the one, and then that was it. It's like, and then like he just got bored with the project. Then Paul McCartney recorded a whole album that he just said, "Nah, I'm good." Paul was probably like,
"What the hell?"
We just did a whole fucking album. He just never released it. He shelved it. So he got like a whole projects like that, like Kanye, just like sitting on the shelf. He did a fucking album with Paul, and he probably just did that because Michael Jackson worked with Paul McCartney.
And then Prince had 14 volumes?
The vault is
albums. 14 albums in his vault.
Paisley Park vault, as they call it. Yeah. I'm sure there's all kinds of shelved shit. Like, yeah, like we never did hear that Apollonia 6 album. Like, I'm pretty sure that's in the vault because the album never came out. It was Sex Shooter and they were done. It's like, I'm pretty sure he just got bored with the project. He's like, yeah, I'm bored.
Yeah, I'm bored of this.
He probably put it in the vault. It's probably a whole album with Apollonia 6.
Very ominous.
I'm bored with Apollonia 6. What's next? It's like, what's next? Never released their album and shit. Prince was, I told you, I've been watching the Revolution stories. Like, they just been like, I've been on YouTube just telling Prince having a round table just telling like the wild ass stories about Prince. It's hilarious.
But yeah, stop falling for the okie doke. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Like, some of y'all are still falling for this banana in the tailpipe. You just get outraged over nothing. Then once you discover that it's like,
yeah, it wasn't racism. Like, it was R. Kelly's.
Once camp. You discover the truth that it wasn't.
R. Kelly's camp said, "Get that shit out of there." It's like, yeah, we didn't authorize.
Once you discover the truth, it's not what it seemed. Now, like as we point out here, you don't have to do retractions if you do your research in the first place.
It's just like that whack ass Michael Jackson album, the one that came out after he died. Is like when like his family said it's not him. What you listen to it's an imposter. You remember the album?
Everybody wants a piece of Michael Jackson. That shit was terrible.
They pulled that off the stream and like that because like LaToya and like they were like, yeah, that's not my brother and shit. Like I know his voice. That's not him.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If LaToya says that I trust her judgment because that's her fucking brother. Yeah. I trust her judgment because she knows that's her brother.
The story sounded sketchy to begin with. The motherfuckers who like had the shit, they say, yeah, Mike. It basically like Michael said, like if you set up a studio where you're at now, you know where you like in your house where you record. That is like they say, yeah, Michael came over here and recorded this like 6 months before he died. It's like he wanted seclusion away from everything. He came here and recorded it. Now we have this. We like so we're gonna share it with the world. It sounded sketchy as hell. Like the people that own the rights to it is like the where it came from. Or some like isolated house studio that they said he recorded in and shit is like sounded sketchy.
Why was he? But never mind. But I said, why was Michael?
Unfortunately, Teddy Riley was involved with the shit. Like he fell for the okie doke, and he later apologized. Like, yeah, it was some bullshit. Because like Teddy, I think produced the album. He was like, then when he got called out about it, then he finally said, yeah, like I shouldn't have worked on that. It was some bullshit.
Everybody wants a piece of Michael Jackson.
It's a video LaToya was like, no, that's not my brother. Yeah, doesn't sound anything like him. And shit. Like, she like buried or something.
It was a Vegas impersonator, probably.
Fuck that. It was Rico from.
It was Rico, the guy.
Rico from Gary did the album. Now the album recorded in Gary, that would be amazing. In a studio in Gary. It would definitely be Rico. I saw Rico live before I went and saw him. Like years ago, we went to one of his shows.
I know he performed at an event that they did at Mom's Mosque. Like he performed at an event there. It was like a back to school event. He performed there.
Rico was like, okay, he does.
He got in the car and he sang "Man in the Mirror." He did. He got on top of the truck and was singing. Yep.
Motherfucking Rico, shout him out.
Stop falling for the okie doke, people. Stop falling for it.
Definitely had to talk about that shit. Also, you want to talk about Kyrie Irving officially getting dropped by Nike now. It's official.
I'm free.
Yeah.
That he covered the Nike logo on his sneaker and said that he was free. And I'm free now.
At first, they had just said they weren't going to release the new Kyrie.
The new Kyrie Irving's here.
After the dust settled, they just dropped him, which kind of sucks and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like... Especially with Nike being a group that like now is like you did like the whole stand behind with Kaepernick, like you had that big campaign with you see what I mean?
He talks out of both sides of their mouth.
That's what I'm saying. You did this big campaign with Kaepernick about stand it up even when you know it's wrong, whatever, like, you know, that commercial, whatever
everything, which like they should do a new campaign with Kyrie's picture. Stand up for what you believe in, even if it costs you everything.
There you go. I couldn't think of it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And they had Kaepernick with like his big fro was out and everything, and that, you know, that was like very powerful. It's like, okay.
Then they had other athletes like Serena Williams, LeBron, Odell Beckham Jr. They had like other like athletes that were like, they did similar ads like the Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. The Kaepernick was the first one, but that campaign had all of them like involved in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, and now it's like, you're like, I don't know. Like I say, it's like you say, it's doing this. It's like talking out both sides. It's doing that. It's giving me that.
Yes. I won't call for a boycott on way too many Nikes, Jordans and such shit, but
yeah, how many people was that?
It's kind of whack what they did and shit though. Yeah,
I was at the mall yesterday and I saw the people trying to get them Jordan 11s. Oh, hey, I was at the mall when I saw them.
Very red, baby. I didn't even go for them because money is a little tight right now.
Security, no, this is how crazy it was. Like security, like at Snipes, they had pulled down the gate. Like they pulled down the gate. It was like, nah, because it was like people crying outside.
Like, and they don't know about like what you see that is like, you can't just line up and buy Jordans now. Like especially the way it is it's like they do raffles. That's what it is. Like
right.
That's how they do it in the in-store. Like most people now just avoid all of that. You just hit the sneakers app. Either you hit or you don't hit. Like it's like
bots. We know who has bots. We know.
Yeah. The sneakers app is like hit or miss. Like I've hit like quite a few times, so like it is possible. Some cats think it's a total scam, but like no, I didn't hit like maybe 4 times before. So I've hit enough where it's real and shit. Like I hit on some like pretty exclusive shit, like the 11 breads that came out a couple years ago. I hit on those. So you can hit like on good shit. It's like you just got to keep trying. You got to be lucky, but you can't hit. But like some people still if you go like through Foot Locker or Finish Line, wherever like you buy your shoes from, they do raffles at these places. But guess what? If you hit and you don't show up by a certain time, like those go back into the public. And that's what the line is for, like people waiting for like, hey, did they come? If you have an 11 o'clock pickup and you're not there, it's like, okay, yeah, we got a pair right here.
11:02 if you ain't there. Yeah, your shit's gone at 11:02.
That's what it is, like with raffles, like because I want to say people still line up, but that's the scavengers waiting for like somebody to.
They were out there. I said Snipes. We saw them out there. We saw them outside Snipes. They was
waiting to see if anybody didn't pick up because they do raffles there because you can't just show up and like now they do raffles and like most like reputable stores. It's hard to like get around that raffles. This was like it's some shady ones where they still do backdoor deals. It's like. Which we know about the backdoor deals with the starting line of figures, and I'll leave it at that from back in the 90s. It's like it's still backdoor deals that some of the smaller stores do where like they get their shit, they called up with whoever their sneaker with their reseller and said, hey, I got the 11s are here. Like how many pairs you need, and then like they sell them out. Of course, for a slight profit, they sell them out the back. Yeah. And then like the resellers like put them on their site and jack the price way up. The $200 pair of sneakers are going for like $500 now. Like that's what they do. Is like, but they'll probably pay like maybe $225, $250 to the fucking to the guy at the place, the backdoor guy. Mm-hmm. They give him a little profit, for his troubles. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But most like the reputable places don't do that. They do the raffles because most people aren't going to risk their job for that shit.
No.
Smaller like places that still be on that, like that sell Jordans. But you Foot Locker, you ain't gonna get no backdoor deals because it's way too much security and you get caught.
Snipes, you're not gonna get Snipes.
Definitely, but they do the raffles there, and people waiting. Other ones, they see I'm doing my sneaker nerd,
like, damn.
Sneaker nerd talk right now.
Like damn, because we were looking like, man, they lined up. We was like, whoa.
Every year, like what people don't every year, Nike the Jordan brand they release an 11 around Christmas every year. Mm-hmm. Like so if you in 11, like a lot of people don't know, that's one of if not the most popular retro Jordan is the 11. That's the Space Jam. Y'all know the patent leather joint. That's
patent leather Space
Jam.
Y'all
know the 11s, yeah.
He says cool shoes to him in Space Jam. Yeah.
It's the shoes that Mike wore during the 72 and 10.
72 and 10.
Why people know him so well. when like the Bulls set that record, that's the shoes he was wearing was the 11s. That was the season for the 72 and 10s. But yeah, that's what it is. People out there scat, they trying to wait for somebody who didn't pick a pair up. I've never done that because I don't like dealing with the crowds. Like, so like when I've always just gone through the sneakers app because on principle, I won't overpay. Like, I'm not paying more than retail. That's how I am. Whatever it says on the box, that's the most I'm paying. And if I get it for less than that, of course, yeah. Sometimes like they get markdowns. Like sometimes some shoes like they're not as popular as they thought they were going to be, like, which happens. So then like they start marking them down. So then the $200 you might get them for like 150, 160 or whatever. Yeah. So okay, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the 11s always like those never get marked down. The 11s, the ones are popular. I never see the ones marked down hardly, but certain ones that people will love. Yeah. The ones just came out a couple weeks ago. The Chicago ones, just came out, which I know a lot of people that hit on those. So there must have been a lot of pairs of those out. So
Kyrie, I mean, like I said, I really hope that they would have changed their stance. But I mean, I get like because especially like when you're a company, you do have like your equal opportunities.
Does the punishment is it the crime? Does it equal the crime? Yeah, the punishment. Because
no, it's not. That's what I say. It's
he retweeted a picture of a documentary with no context
caption
to it. It's like,
I still stand on this that he may or may not even have watched. He may or may not even watched it.
Like I said, I tried to watch this shit. It was boring to me. I couldn't get through.
He may or may not have watched it.
Oh, and it's also an Audible to it too. So I downloaded that, which I also haven't listened to as well. Because the Hebrews to Negroes has an Audible. And guess what? He did bring a lot of awareness to this shit because it was like number one on Audible right around that time. I don't know if it is now, but it was like the number one download on Audible.
Well, that's my thing. Like, does it match the punishment? I don't think it does because, like I said, he tweeted something without context. He didn't say this is the truth right here.
And he apologized. That's my thing.
He did apologize. Eventually, he did apologize. So, I mean, I get that like companies do have like the no discrimination on race, religion, sex, sexual orientation,
employment.
there you go. The EEO thing. You have to like take that every year. You got to take that training every year. If you work for a company, you have to take the training every year about
about that shit.
About diversity, inclusion. You got to take those trainings. Mm-hmm. You have to. It's part of being a corporation. But it's like I don't think that matches with that or whatnot. Especially I said he apologized. So it's like.
Yeah, that's a tough one because a lot of cats fuck with Nike. It's gonna be a hard one for
people. Ain't gonna boycott Nike. Nike's not in no cut. They ain't no danger of being boycotted.
That's a tough one. You really got to be about your business to boycott. Like, it's easy for cats to boycott Balenciaga. Motherfuckers couldn't afford that shit.
Can't afford Balenciaga. Like I said, that's why I was like, okay, Balenciaga has it. Like, I can't afford it. So, real talk. I'm not
releasing like pedo like ass, some shit with like pedophilia.
Yeah. It was like a BDSM.
And it was
like a child.
Pedo-ish is what it was.
Yeah, it was a BDSM. It's like sadomasochism, like S&M. It was like S&M, but like with a child.
So it's easier to fuck Balenciaga because I didn't wear that shit anyway. Like, yeah. So
yeah, like I'm not spending $1,000 on those shoes.
That's whack shoes. It's like
like moon boots. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. But Nike, I own a lot of Nike. I'm glad I wouldn't wear the Nike hoodie. I almost wore one, so it would look stupid.
Yeah, I own a lot of Nikes.
Wearing Polo Ralph Lauren.
And then Converse, and then Nike owns Converse. So if you reach about, oh, it's cool to say Nike owns Converse. So yeah. Just FYI, if you guys are thinking about going other routes.
Y'all might have to get your LeVar Ball line. Start your big baller brand. Start your own shit.
Okay, wear New Balance. New Balance.
Fife Dog. Fife Dog popularized the New Balance.
No, which McCart wearing? Isn't he with New Balance? I think Zach LaVine isn't his.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think he might be with New Balance. I think.
Is Kawhi Leonard or somebody like that with him too? So I know it's a big name with him. It might be Kawhi.
Get your Under Armour. Shout Steph Curry with the shop boy. Get your Under Armour. Do that.
Got all Fife Diggy and shit with the with the New Balance. Made me think of Fife Dog.
His suburban dad wear New Balance.
My favorite was New Balance. Rest in peace, the legendary Fife Dog of a Tribe Called Quest. Since we're talking basketball and Zach LaVine, let's do a dun-dun-dun, with Chicago Bulls. Charles Barkley said the Bulls need to blow it up. What you think about Chuck's assessment of this current Bulls? Because they have low key been trashed. Like they won the last couple of games, but they also lost to the Kings recently. So there's that.
They've been kind of all over the place. I think that they need to find their identity. That's why I think that they're struggling with. They're struggling with
finally bench Ayo, which I agree with. Like he's Ayo's not a starter. Like nothing again. He's like people like him because he's a local kid and like his story. But yeah, he really should have come off the bench. Mm-hmm. I get why they started him because no Alonzo. So
Alonzo, they were trying to get the kid going. Like, yes. They were trying to get the kid going, trying to get him.
They wanted to give him a shot because they like Caruso with that second unit, but they said, it's not working. So Caruso is now the starter here. Because I like Caruso with the second unit.
Fit. And then I like Ayo come off the bench. And I also like whatchamacallit with him with Ayo. I like Goran with Ayo. Because Goran with the second unit looks great. Like Goran. He knows how to distribute everything. Goran is a good veteran player. He's a very good veteran player.
And you can play Ayo off ball with the second unit, so it works.
Yeah, I think that they should do it like that. They should run Goran and Ayo.
Goran should run the point, and you can play Ayo off the ball. Mm-hmm.
And that yields results because Goran knows how to. Like he knows how to drop them passes to the people. He knows how to get
or you can go with a 3-guard rotation because you still got Kobe White in that unit too, so you can run guard with the second.
And Kobe White is one of the people that's streaky. Like when he's hot, he's very hot. He's very hot. When he's on, but when he's off, is so he's just very streaky. But he can shoot. He is a shooter. He can shoot.
But I say after maxing him out, like I say Zach LaVine is not going anywhere. So if they're gonna blow it up, it's like Zach LaVine is like you're not trading Zach LaVine.
You're not getting rid. Like that makes no sense. You maxed him.
I've seen obviously like Kobe White's name has been for months. His name, but White, Vucevic, Pat Williams, and like DeRozan. I've been seeing lately in like certain trades because you can probably get the most for DeRozan. You get some actual value for him.
You get value because he is a high value player.
A contender might give up somebody that's like on the cusp of like winning a title. They might give up some real assets and young players for DeRozan.
For a guaranteed proven veteran, because he's a proven thing, like he's a sure thing.
Like what's the name doesn't have shit left. They gave all their assets away already. But like, for example, like the Lakers will like probably be somebody I would love to get like a DeRozan, but any picks they would include would be like 10 years down the line.
Yeah, they have no assets.
They didn't give up too many assets in the Anthony Davis trade and in the Westbrook trade. They gave up way too many assets. So they don't got shit. Their cupboard is bare at this point. Any picks would be like 2029 or like shit like that. Like way down the line, they picks would be like damn near a decade in the future. So the Lakers ain't got shit.
I want to see what they can do with this identity. I said because I just don't think they have their identity, and they're still trying to figure out because this wasn't planned. Lonzo not being here was not planned.
Yeah, they put this team together.
It wasn't. So
put it together with Lonzo in mind is the point. They weren't thinking that their second round pick was going to be your starting point guard. They didn't plan.
Right. They wasn't planning for that. But
when they put this team together a year ago, it was because they thought Lonzo was going to be running.
What we say off this record before we record, sometimes plans change and you have to be able to adapt. Like just because your original plan didn't go accordingly, okay, now you got to adapt it. Like we don't know when Lonzo's coming back. Like
no word on no timetable.
It keeps on being said. I keep on seeing. I say one day like, oh, he'll be back by All-Star break. Then he won't be back until the postseason. I mean, we even going to get to the postseason.
I'm expecting him to not stay at this point. Like I'm giving up the Lonzo search. Like I'm expecting. Like what do you do now? Like without him, that's where I'm at now because I'm not expecting him back anytime soon.
Well, it's really sketchy about when they're saying when he's supposed to be back. And this is the most quiet that LeVar has been. Because, LeVar likes to.
Oh, that's it.
Like, he ain't said shit. LeVar ain't said nothing.
Because he hasn't said nothing about Lonzo's injury.
So clearly it's something more going on that is me in the eye. Because military silence from the father. And usually you can't stop that man from talking. So.
Got nothing now. So it's definitely something going on with Lonzo Ball and his injury.
Mm-hmm. So Bulls need to find their identity. Once you decide what your team is, like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite time yet. It's still just.
I don't think so either.
If you get to the All-Star break and you still look like this, then I'll say probably pull the trigger on the shit.
Because they have flashes, like for example, granted, Luka didn't play, but still they blew out Dallas.
Yeah.
And then they'll have things that make you scratch your head where they lose against the Kings. And you're like, but then they'll beat the Celtics like convincingly. You're like, it's like they're doing a lot of stuff that makes you scratch your head.
Does Coach Donovan need to be fired? I don't know if that's the answer.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
That's
I think they need to find their identity.
That too, like saying, well, if you're not going to blow it up, then how about a coaching change? Who would you get though? It's like
exactly.
So you gotta have a plan. It's like, yeah,
right. Don't just, and that's the other thing.
Like Jim Boylan and shit, we tried that.
No, that's the other lesson too that we talk about is just don't do things off of emotion. If you just do things strictly off of emotion, it can bite you in the ass. So think about something before you react to it. And that's the last thing I say about that. Do things before you.
To wrap up, I didn't even mention about Nia Long and Ime Udoka breaking up. We mentioned the Celtics, I don't feel like talking about this.
We didn't see that coming. But a quick hot take is I'd like to say rest in peace to Kirstie Alley.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yes.
Rebecca from Cheers, also
Holly.
Yeah.
And also rest in peace to Judge Mills Lane. Let's get it on.
Get it on.
Because I loved him on Celebrity Deathmatch. Let's get it on.
We also lost legendary NBA coach Paul Silas. We just lost him too. So rest in peace to all of those legends. And that's gonna do it for me.
Yes.
Wrap up Not Another Damn Podcast, episode 289. If you like what we're doing, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. We're talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha? YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.